Lesson 1, personal responsibility. This isn't just the way things are. This is the way you made them. This is a result of your choices, your actions, yours. Andrew Klavan. The realization that happiness isn't found, it is created, wasn't the only realization that I had on August 6, 2014. It was just the first one. With now knowing that I create my own happiness, I had to accept the fact that I wasn't happy. I had not taken the personal responsibility required in order to make myself happy, and understanding that was very sobering. It was my fault. It was my fault that I had been existing in life and having a miserable existence. It was my fault that for so long I had been failing myself, which was difficult to accept. How had I failed myself? Because I had failed to take full personal responsibility for myself and my happiness. Albert Einstein defines insanity as doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. By this definition, how many of you hearing this will agree that you too are insane? You are getting up every day and doing the same life-draining things in a continual cycle. The only thing that changes is how much hoping, praying, and or crying you are doing in between those mundane activities, expecting that there will finally be this big change. A change that will open up the lid of the jar or break the glass ceiling. But that change never comes. Instead of recognizing it, we continue the insanity and start the cycle over again without stopping to figure out why the results aren't different. Up until that time, I had been insane. But understanding personal responsibility was the cure to my insanity. So what is personal responsibility? It is the understanding that you must, at all times, take the necessary actions that work in your best interest. Now that seems simple. It seems like something we already do. It is definitely something that we do for our spouses, our children, and our pets. So, of course, we do it for ourselves automatically, right? I won't answer that for you. But for me, I had to answer no. I was making decisions that were in opposition to the goals and dreams that I had. I was treating myself with a high level of disdain and calling it living. I was smiling to keep from crying every day. And it was my fault because I hadn't taken personal responsibility for the actions. My lack of responsibility had led to that moment in August of 2014. Breaking through insanity is not easy. It will require a lot of work to change the old, self-destructive habits that you have been living with all of these years. None of the lessons that I cover are easy. They are not meant to be easy. You are experiencing the easy right now. The easy is living in a cycle of negativity and inaction. Easy keeps you where you are. Easy keeps you just existing. We have all heard that statement that anything worth having is worth working for. I ask you, is your happiness and peace of mind worth working for? If it is, then keep listening. Personal responsibility starts with first accepting that you are not happy, and that you are not happy because you are not and have not been taking personal responsibility for your happiness. It is hard to hear, but understanding this is the most freeing and most amazing thing you will ever learn. It is you. You have all the power to change everything. You are the problem and you are the solution. It's poetic in the simplicity. This helped me see that this was not the first time I had come to this realization. It was just the first time I was mature enough to fully take heed of the lesson that was right in front of me. In 1995, I was a junior in high school and entering my first year of dance team. Y'all, I was good. I picked up quickly, I was passionate about being the best, and at times I could be a bit cocky and overconfident. At the end of my first year of dance team, I was awarded the I'm the Bomb award. Sounds great, don't it? In the 90s, the bomb meant off the chain, on fleek, whatever you want to call it. However, my team didn't mean it as a good thing. They were giving me the award because I was the bomb in all the wrong ways. They thought I was rude, overbearing, and I couldn't be told anything. This is how my team thought of me, and this was a hard blow to my ego. Not to mention it came on top of not getting selected for officer when I tried out that year. The only upcoming senior that didn't make the officer line. I spent the summer upset. There was even times when I questioned whether I would actually stay on the team for my senior year. Was it really worth it if this is how they thought of me? Then it hit me. Everything they had said, all the jokes they had made were true. They were things that I'd said, things I did. It was all how I had acted. And I was upset with them when really I needed to be upset with myself. This would be the first time that personal responsibility would become real to me, though I didn't fully understand the concept like I do now. What I did understand was that all of those things were me, and it was up to me to change me. You can change you. That is the second part of personal responsibility. Only you can change you. 1996, I entered my senior year in dance team, and my director made me demerits manager. I was a leader on the team in tenure and now position, but all I wanted was for it to be different than the year before. Some days were easy, some days were hard, but each day I stayed focused on the fact that it was me. I had all the power to change. At the year-end banquet that year, I won the Director's Award. It is the highest award that was given on my dance team. That year, instead of hearing jokes and snide comments about how I couldn't be told anything, I listened as my director told the entire room about how I took leadership of the demerits program and decreased demerits across the team. How I realigned formations when a team member got hurt and couldn't perform, how I'd volunteered to mentor 2 little sisters, and how I'd been asked to help with and choreograph competition and tryout routines for other members of my team. As I sat there, I realized the same thing that I'd realized the summer before. All of those things were me. I was the same person, but I was a very different person. Every lesson that I will cover with you were all introduced to me during this year of transition from the bomb to Director's Award winner. Though at the time I didn't understand it like I do now. During that year, I took all the steps that I will cover with you. I took personal responsibility, encountered obstacles, I accessed better within myself, I changed consistently, and I embraced the journey. The award that I won in 1997 is one of the most important awards I have ever earned because it symbolizes the journey that I took and the lessons that I learned that I share with you now.